I think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
So it appears that Ellen's late DJ, Twitch, did not genuinely take his own life as we were informed. Fresh, incriminating information that has been published reveals that Ellen and Diddy may have had something to do with this incident. Apparently, Twitch knew something he wasn't supposed to know, and they wasted no time in eliminating him before he could say anything. There are some very disturbing rumors that Ellen was involved in Diddy's parties, and that there are several tapes of her at those parties engaging in some very sinister activities with the escorts Diddy hired. Word on the street is that Ellen even tried to recruit Twitch into those parties. However, he wasn't interested and rejected the offer. But with offers like that, you can't just say no and expect to stay alive. Sadly, Twitch didn't realize this, and he was found dead within days of refusing that offer. Since Diddy exposed, many celebrities have been involved in his shady dealings. It seems like everyone in Hollywood was involved and knew exactly what Diddy was up to, but either kept quiet or didn't want to talk about it. Most of us already know about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, and Jennifer Lopez's involvement, but most people didn't think Ellen would be on the list. I mean, it's a fact that Ellen isn't the good person she claims to be, but no one thought her bad behavior would go as far as helping to unalive people. Some of you may not know this, but Ellen and Diddy had a very close relationship before all of this started. She was invited to every one of his parties. Not only that, but Diddy is one of the most guests on Ellen's show with 17 appearances. Do you know how much you have to love someone to invite them on your show 17 times?
Thank you.
Oh, look, you're welcome.
Remember that time when Ellen was talking to Diddy about why she couldn't make it to all those parties he was inviting her to? It was hilarious. She was like, "Sorry, Diddy, they're all on the East Coast." But then Diddy starts talking about his freak-off parties, you know, those wild after parties on the upper floors of the hotels. Ellen's all chill, saying she already knows about them, but then she totally slips up and tries to cover it by saying she heard about them in his songs.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah, yeah. Then no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party.
You won't believe this, but seriously, they really fooled us all. Back then, nobody really paid much attention to it because we didn't know half of what we know about Diddy now. But then, this video of Ellen went viral. She looked super nervous and practically sprinted to her car when someone asked her about the allegations against Diddy. Now, here's the thing. Ellen and Diddy used to be really close. So, it's only fair she'd get asked about it, right? But for some reason, she freaked out and bolted before they could even ask anything else about her old pal Diddy. It's like she was running away from the question.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times.
Her response to that question was so bizarre. It really got people thinking something fishy was going on. And you know what? That's not even the half of it. She's got this reputation for treating her workers like dirt. Plus, she's been outed as a total control freak. I mean, she even pressured her wife Portia into quitting her acting job to be a stay-at-home wife. But let me tell you, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are these wild rumors flying around that she had something to do with her ex-girlfriend and And get this, and passed away on August 11th, 2022, which was almost exactly 4 months after Ellen's DJ, Twitch. It's like something out of a horror movie, right? And in case you didn't know, Anne was an actress, and she and Ellen were a big deal back in the day. Like, they were one of the few openly gay couples in Hollywood at the time, so they were all over the news. People used to think Ellen was the one who called it quits on their relationship. But Anne spilled the tea during a 2021 episode of her podcast, Better Together with Anne. She dropped the bomb that she was actually the one who called it quits on Ellen, because Ellen was all about the money, willing to do anything for it, and said, "I broke up with her because her goal was to have a lot of money, mine was to find love, and hers was, I want 60 billion. Good luck. Our paths are never going to meet. The further we stay on this path, the further apart we will be." And it gets worse. During that same podcast, Anne accused Ellen of trying to have her committed to a mental facility. And as if that wasn't enough, after their messy split, Ellen went full throttle to sabotage Anne's career. She basically put a black mark on her name and buried her chances of landing any acting gigs.
Single truth that I spoke, I was hit more, buried more, or despised more, and then had calculated visions and circulations of systems that spun me up and out of the system that would in any way challenge the fact that she was not telling her own truth but another's. Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution, folks? I called my mother. Guess what? 2 people who wanted more than anything to have my truth buried. It was not my timing. I did not and could not ask God for what that would be. All I could do was stay on my truth, do what I was doing, and study this thing called love that we tried to bury. And now I am up and out of the ground. And unfortunately, those 2 women could not shut me down.
And you won't believe what happened next. Just a few months after publicly calling out Ellen and exposing her, Anne was tragically involved in a fatal car accident. The accident left her with severe second-degree burns all over her body after being trapped inside her burning car for a harrowing 30 minutes before first responders arrived. Despite efforts to save her, she eventually died of her injuries. The autopsy report revealed that she'd smoke inhalation, burns, and a broken sternum. While some speculated that she might have been under the influence of drugs at the time of the crash, the autopsy proved otherwise. Although there was a trace of a substance in her system, the hospital admission blood showed the presence of benzo, the inactive metabolite of cocaine, which indicates past usage, but not at the time of the crash. And shockingly, just 4 months later, DJ Twitch, who served as the official DJ for the Ellen DeGeneres show, mysteriously passed away. According to reports, Twitch checked into the Oak Tree Motel, which was just a 15-minute walk from the house he shared with his wife, Allison, and their 3 children. Allison began to panic when she realized Twitch wasn't at home. He wasn't answering his phone or responding to her texts, and his car remained parked at the house. Twitch never went anywhere without his car, so this, along with everything else, made her extremely worried. She immediately filed a missing persons report. As news of his disappearance spread, the motel where he had checked in called the police to report finding Twitch's body in the bathroom. When the police arrived, they swiftly concluded that he from a self-inflicted wound. However, many, including Twitch's wife Allison, were unconvinced, as Twitch had never shown any signs of wanting to take his own life. He honestly seemed to love being with his family, and I mean, you can't really tell if somebody is truly happy or not just by looking at them. But Twitch's death is suspicious, especially considering the fact that the police started acting funny with the investigation and changing up some details. For example, when he was found, it was reported that he hadn't left any note. But after a couple of days, the police backtracked and claimed that there actually was a note found, and it contained some explanations as to why he did it. What's even crazier is that the feds really would have never come out to clarify anything if TMZ hadn't gone behind their back to report about the note. And I mean, if it's just a regular note, then why lie about its existence? The police were definitely hiding something. When all of this came out, people started speculating that maybe Twitch had been drawn into Diddy's world of private parties by Ellen and knew way too much. I mean, Ellen literally admitted on national television that she knew what went on in those parties. It's really not crazy to think she might have tried recruiting Twitch, but he refused, and they decided to silence him before he exposed them. One person said, "As soon as I heard this about both and in Twitch, I knew it. Twitch left home because he knew they were coming for him. Something is definitely amiss." Another person said, "I believe Twitch would not have taken his own life. His being gay is not surprising. The truth will always come full circle." But now, I want to know your thoughts. What do you all think about Ellen and Diddy allegedly being behind Twitch's? Do you think Twitch knew too much? Y'all already knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.